Imagine looking up at the sky and seeing lights that defy logic, or hearing sounds coming from the ground, water, or even the air, with no explanation. Around the world, people report phenomena that leave scientists and curious minds perplexed. Today, we will explore the mysteries of lights in the sky and unexplainable sounds that seem to emerge from the depths of the earth. What is causing these phenomena? And what could they mean? Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell to explore more mysteries that defy reality. Throughout history, strange lights in the sky and enigmatic sounds echoing across the earth have captured the attention and fear of people. These phenomena, often called unexplainable, challenge what we know about the world and the universe. From fireballs lighting up the sky to hums and explosions that seem to arise from nowhere, each report adds a new layer to the mystery. But could these events be mere natural curiosities, manifestations of something extraterrestrial, or messages from a force beyond our understanding? One of the most well-known and widely reported phenomena is the Marfa Lights in Texas, United States. These mysterious lights often appear on the desert horizon, floating and dancing in the air, changing color, and splitting into several spheres before disappearing. Local observers and tourists report that the lights do not follow a fixed pattern, appearing unpredictably. Scientists suggest explanations like natural gases or atmospheric reflections, but to this day, no theory has been able to prove what truly causes the phenomenon. For the locals, the Marfa Lights remain an enigma that has lasted for over a century. Another equally intriguing event is the phenomenon known as the Norwegian Lights. In December 2009, residents and authorities witnessed a giant spiral of light in the sky. The spiral expanded, forming a bright tunnel that seemed to pull the sky into itself before abruptly disappearing. While some claimed it was the result of a failed Russian missile test, others believed the event was something much deeper, possibly an interdimensional portal or an extraterrestrial manifestation. Despite military investigations, the spiral continues to be the subject of global debate and fascination. In addition to lights in the sky, the sounds emerging from the earth are equally mysterious. One of the most intriguing examples is the Taos Hum, a low-frequency sound heard by residents of the town of Taos, New Mexico. The sound is described as a constant hum, similar to the engine of a distant truck, but without an apparent source. Despite scientific studies, the origin of the sound could not be determined, and it continues to bother the local residents, who say the hum seems to vibrate within their bodies. In Canada, the mysterious terrace sky sounds have intrigued the scientific community and people worldwide. These sounds, recorded by witnesses, resemble trumpets or grinding metals, echoing through the sky and seeming to come from all directions at once. Some attribute these sounds to natural phenomena, such as tectonic plate movements or changes in the ionosphere. However, the intensity and extent of these sounds raise questions about whether we are hearing something much beyond natural forces, perhaps even messages from elsewhere. One of the scariest sounds ever recorded took place in the Ross Sea, Antarctica. In 1997, an extremely low-frequency sound, called the Bloop, was captured by NOAA's underwater sensors. The sound was so loud it could only have been generated by a colossal creature or event. Despite theories suggesting the sound was caused by icebergs moving, many believe it could be related to gigantic, unknown life forms in the depths of the ocean. This idea raises the possibility that the sound is the communication of something that inhabits places inaccessible to us. While unexplained lights and sounds challenge science, they also connect us to the legends and mythologies of various cultures. In Scandinavia, the Northern Lights, or auroras borealis, have been associated with divine manifestations for centuries. Although we now know that auroras are caused by the interaction between solar particles and Earth's magnetic field, the beauty and mystery of these lights still inspire a sense of the supernatural. Similarly, indigenous peoples of the Amazon believe that the mysterious sounds coming from the forests are ancestral spirits communicating with the living, guarding the jungle against intruders. Modern science has tried to explain some of these phenomena, but many questions remain unanswered. A recent study suggested that Earth's strange sounds could be caused by changes in the planet's core, which generate vibrations imperceptible to most people but audible under certain atmospheric conditions. However, this explanation does not address the lights in the sky, especially those that appear in remote areas without human infrastructure that could reflect or create these effects. Some theorists believe that these lights and sounds may be signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. In 1977, the famous "wow" radio signal was captured by a radio telescope in Ohio, lasting only 72 seconds but leaving scientists baffled. The signal was strong and had characteristics suggesting an artificial origin, but it was never repeated, increasing the mystery. If we are receivers of messages from beyond Earth, these sounds and lights may be attempts at communication that we have yet to decipher. These phenomena also challenge our perception of time. Many eyewitness reports mention that, while observing mysterious lights or hearing inexplicable sounds, time seems to distort. Some people report a sense of paralysis, while others say they feel they lost minutes or hours without realizing it. This distortion of time and space could be a clue that these events are connected to dimensions or realities we don't yet understand. The phenomena of lights in the sky and sounds from the Earth not only fascinate us but also challenge us to reconsider what we know about our world. They remind us that, despite the advances of science, there are still mysteries that remain beyond our reach. But what do they really mean? Could they be warnings, messages, or just natural events we still can't understand? As we continue to search for answers, these phenomena remain a reminder that the universe holds secrets far beyond our imagination. At every corner of the planet, mysterious lights and enigmatic sounds challenge our understanding of the world. These are phenomena that transcend simple explanations, connecting us to the unknown. Are they natural manifestations we don't yet understand? Or could they be linked to supernatural or extraterrestrial forces? Get ready to explore the mysteries of lights in the sky and sounds from the Earth, events that challenge science and continue to intrigue humanity. Unexplainable light phenomena in the sky have been recorded since ancient times, but with the advancement of technology, we are documenting these events with increasing frequency. One of the most famous examples is the Marfa Lights, which have appeared for over a century in the desert of Texas. These floating lights, changing color and direction unpredictably, have intrigued scientists and curious observers. Some suggest they are gases released by the Earth, while others see them as spiritual manifestations or even signs of extraterrestrial intelligence. Local residents report that the lights seem to have consciousness, reacting to the movements of those who try to approach. In Norway, in 2009, a blue spiral of light in the sky shocked the world. The phenomenon, widely recorded in videos, seemed like a gigantic spiral slowly rotating before disappearing into a bright tunnel. While Russian authorities claimed it was the result of a failed missile test, the explanation did not convince many. The geometric precision and duration of the phenomenon raised theories about interdimensional portals or attempts at communication from extraterrestrial civilizations. Another intriguing example is the Hessdalen lights, which regularly appear in a remote valley in Norway. These lights have been studied by scientists, but to this day, there is no definitive explanation. They are described as floating balls of light that flicker and sometimes seem to move in intelligent patterns. Equipment installed in the area captured data showing that these lights emit unusual electromagnetic radiation, suggesting the phenomenon may be connected to unknown forces. In South America, reports of mysterious lights are also abundant. On the banks of the Amazon River, the so-called boitada are described as lights moving quickly over the water, scaring fishermen and travelers. They are believed to be spirit guardians of the forest or souls wandering in search of rest. Despite the strong presence of these legends in local culture, researchers have not yet been able to explain these events conclusively. While mysterious lights dance in the sky, enigmatic sounds echo across the earth, often in remote or unexplored places. One of the most fascinating and frightening sounds is the Taos Hum, recorded in the town of Taos, New Mexico. Described as a constant and deep hum, similar to a distant motor, it is only audible to some people, leading scientists to investigate possible psychological or physiological causes. However, the source of the sound remains unknown, and locals believe it may be connected to supernatural phenomena. Another inexplicable sound is the bloop, captured by NOAA in the Pacific Ocean in 1997. This low-frequency sound was so powerful that it seemed to come from a creature larger than any known animal. While some scientists suggest the sound was caused by ice breaking in the deep sea, others believe it may be related to gigantic and unknown life forms. The idea that something colossal inhabits the most unexplored parts of the ocean continues to fuel theories about the unknown. In Canada, the terrace sounds have intrigued entire communities. Metallic trumpets and deafening roars were heard in various regions, sometimes lasting minutes, before disappearing without explanation. These sounds were captured by microphones and widely shared, fueling theories that they could be signs of the end times or extraterrestrial activity. Scientists suggested that they could be caused by vibrations in Earth's core or tectonic plate movement, but the lack of conclusive evidence keeps the mystery alive. Another frightening event occurred in Kiev, Ukraine, in 2011 when trumpet-like sounds echoed through the city for several nights. Witnesses described the sound as mechanical and metallic, causing panic and speculation about its origin. Some locals believed the sound was a warning of something catastrophic, while others associated it with religious phenomena. While science tries to unravel these phenomena, many questions remain unanswered. Some scientists suggest that Earth's sounds could be the result of changes in the planet's core, tectonic shifts, or interactions with the atmosphere. Meanwhile, the lights in the sky are often attributed to natural phenomena like electrical discharges or ionized gases. But these explanations don't cover all cases. Many theorists believe these lights and sounds may be manifestations of extraterrestrial or interdimensional intelligence. They argue that the phenomena display patterns suggesting intentionality, such as lights reacting to human movement or sounds emerging in isolated places without apparent sources. These events could be attempts at communication or even markers of unknown activities. Another intriguing theory is that these lights and sounds are connected to dimensional portals. The light spiral in Norway, for example, is often cited as evidence that these portals may be real. If true, these phenomena not only challenge science but also offer clues about the existence of realities beyond our own. In 2011, residents of Kiev, Ukraine, captured bizarre sounds echoing through the sky, described as metallic trumpets. The sounds were so intense they drew international media attention. Locals reported a sense of discomfort and fear during the episodes, with many interpreting the sounds as apocalyptic signs. Scientists suggested they could be sound waves generated by wind interacting with urban structures, but the explanation was never conclusive. The small town of Min Min, Australia, is famous for reports of mysterious lights that seem to follow travelers at night. These lights, called the Min-Min lights, float at low altitudes and move erratically, disappearing suddenly. Witnesses described the lights as seeming to chase vehicles or horses but never allowing approach. Studies suggest they could be mirages caused by unique atmospheric conditions in the desert, but the unpredictable behavior of the lights challenges this explanation. In the 1970s, residents of Bristol, England, began reporting a low and constant sound that seemed to come from the ground. Known as the Bristol Hum, the sound was so disturbing that some residents had to leave their homes. Researchers investigated causes such as nearby factories, gas networks, or geological vibrations, but no definitive explanation was found. The sound disappeared as mysteriously as it appeared, leaving a legacy of speculation. In Romania, the Hoiabaciu forest is known as one of the most haunted places in the world and also as an epicenter of mysterious lights. Hikers report sightings of bright orbs floating between the trees, as well as sounds like laughter, whispers, and even distant trumpets. The forest has a clearing where vegetation seems to refuse to grow, fueling speculations about the presence of anomalous energy. Scientists studied the region's magnetic fields, but no physical irregularities were found. In August 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio detected an extremely strong radio signal coming from deep space. Named the WOW signal, it was so intense and peculiar that it seemed to be of artificial origin. Astronomers tried to locate the source of the signal again, but it was never detected again. The possibility that the signal was an attempt at communication from an extraterrestrial civilization remains one of the most intriguing hypotheses. In the depths of Antarctica, sensors picked up sounds that seemed to come from the movement of massive ice sheets. Known as ice sounds, they include creaks and pops that, under certain conditions, sound like an alien song. Some scientists believe these sounds are generated by the pressure and natural movement of ice, but the complexity of the sound patterns captured suggests that there is much more to be understood about the forces at work in this inhospitable environment. In North Carolina, the Brown Mountain Lights have been seen for generations, described as glowing orbs moving across the mountains. Local legends claim that the lights are the souls of indigenous warriors wandering the region. Scientists have investigated the phenomenon, proposing explanations such as the combustion of natural gases, but they have not been able to replicate the event in the lab. The lights remain a mystery, attracting tourists and researchers. In 1908, a massive explosion shook a remote area of Siberia known as Tunguska. The explosion flattened thousands of square kilometers of forest, and witnesses described a bright light followed by a deafening blast. While scientists attribute the event to a meteorite explosion in the atmosphere, the lack of a crater continues to fuel theories about extraterrestrial spacecraft or unknown weapons. In modern times, increased access to technology has allowed more people to capture unexplainable phenomena, such as lights in the sky and mysterious sounds, in video and audio. This has expanded the reach and frequency of these reports, making them central themes of debate not only among curious individuals but also among scientists, conspiracy theorists, and even government agencies. In 2020, residents of Yukon, Canada, captured images of a pillar of light rising into the sky, glowing in a surreal manner. The phenomenon, which appeared as a beam of energy pointing to infinity, lasted several minutes before disappearing. Although experts suggested the event might be caused by ice crystals reflecting natural light, the symmetry and intensity of the beam made many question this explanation. In 2015, residents of Novosibirsk, Siberia, recorded a huge black circle hovering in the sky. It remained motionless for minutes before slowly dissipating. Experts speculated it could be industrial smoke, but the absence of nearby sources and the behavior of the circle challenged this hypothesis. For many, this is one of the most intriguing examples of a phenomenon that could be linked to interdimensional portals or extraterrestrial events. In 2012, residents of Jodhpur, India, heard a sound described as a massive explosion, similar to thunder, but without any storm or military activity in the region. Called the cosmic pop, the sound reverberated for miles, alarming the population. Scientists could not determine its origin, and the phenomenon remains a mystery, with some associating it with high-tech secret tests or even dimensional shifts. In the Ozark region, Missouri, a phenomenon known as spook lights has been recorded for centuries. These lights shine in different colors and seem to play with onlookers, changing direction or disappearing when they try to approach. Scientists have investigated the area's magnetic fields but have not reached any conclusions. Some believe the lights are of supernatural origin, while others suggest they are manifestations of energy from another dimension. In the Gulf of Mexico, marine researchers captured a sound of constant frequency that repeats at regular intervals. The sound, called the Gulf frequency, is described as hypnotic and challenging for sensors. While theories point to submarines or seismic activity, the consistency of the sound and its unusual duration raise suspicions that it might be a communication pattern, possibly from an unknown form of life. By gathering reports from so many different places, an inevitable question arises: are these phenomena connected? Lights in the sky and sounds from the Earth often occur in the same regions, suggesting a relationship between them. Could they be manifestations of natural forces still not understood, or signs of something much greater, perhaps an intelligence that shares our space but in another dimension or reality? What makes these phenomena even more intriguing is their emotional and cultural impact. Everywhere in the world, they inspire legends, theories, and a deep curiosity about the unknown. Perhaps this is what fascinates us the most, the possibility that these events are more than anomalies. They may be invitations to explore the deepest mysteries of the universe. If you enjoyed this exploration into the unknown, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and leave your theory about these mysterious phenomena in the comments. Which case caught your attention the most? Let's continue uncovering the secrets of our world, together.